Starting strong with number 1. Warframe is a fast-paced third-person action shooter set in a sci-fi universe, where players take on the role of ancient warriors, known as Tenno, awakened from centuries of cryosleep to battle various factions across the solar system. The game offers an incredibly deep progression system with hundreds of unique warframes, each with their own abilities and playstyles. Players can customize their builds extensively through mods, weapons, and companions. The cooperative gameplay loop is highly addictive, and the developers at Digital Extremes consistently push out major content updates that keep the experience fresh. Whether you enjoy stealth, heavy gunplay, or fast melee combat, Warframe delivers across all categories. The parkour movement system alone sets it apart from other free-to-play shooters, making every mission feel fluid and dynamic. With crossplay now supported and a massive active community, this is one of the most content-rich free games available on Steam today.
Coming in at number 2, Path of Exile 2 takes everything that made the original an action RPG legend and pushes it further with a completely redesigned campaign, a new engine, and a more refined gameplay experience. Set in the dark fantasy world of Rayclast, players create characters from a wide range of classes and fight through procedurally generated dungeons, filled with monsters, traps, and powerful bosses. The loot system is deeply satisfying, with thousands of item combinations allowing for near-infinite build possibilities. The skill gem system has been revamped, so gems now level independently, giving players greater freedom in their character builds. Multiplayer is fully supported, and the endgame offers hundreds of hours of content through maps, league mechanics, and seasonal events. The game is completely free and never feels pay to win, as all premium currency is cosmetic only. For fans of dark, complex ARPGs, this is an absolute must-play on Steam right now.
Number 3 on the list is Genshin Impact, the open-world action RPG from Hoyoverse that became a global phenomenon and continues to grow with regular seasonal updates. Players explore the vibrant world of Teyvat across multiple nations, each inspired by different real-world cultures, while uncovering a story involving elemental gods and a missing sibling. The combat system is built around elemental reactions, where combining different character abilities creates powerful chain effects. With a roster of over 60 playable characters, each with unique skills and visual designs, team building becomes its own strategic layer. The exploration is genuinely rewarding, filled with puzzles, hidden chests, and lore scattered across the beautifully rendered landscapes. While the gacha system is present, the base game offers enormous amounts of content for completely free, and the story quests alone provide dozens of hours of cinematic narrative. Regular updates every 6 weeks ensure there is always something new to discover.
Taking the 4th spot, Apex Legends is a battle royale shooter developed by Respawn Entertainment that distinguishes itself through tight gunplay, exceptional movement mechanics, and a roster of unique characters called Legends, each bringing distinct abilities to the match. Matches drop squads of 3 onto a shrinking map, where fast decision-making and communication determine survival. The ping system in Apex is one of the best in the genre, allowing for smooth coordination without requiring a microphone. The movement, borrowed from the Titanfall series, includes bunny hopping, wall running possibilities, and slide mechanics that give skilled players a noticeable edge. The game receives seasonal content drops, featuring new legends, weapons, and map updates that keep the meta evolving. With crossplay across all platforms and strong ranked modes, Apex Legends maintains a large and competitive player base. If you want a polished, fast-paced battle royale experience on Steam, this is the top choice.
5th on the countdown is Valorant, Riot Games' tactical first-person shooter that blends precise gunplay inspired by Counter-Strike with agent abilities reminiscent of Overwatch. Players are split into attacking and defending teams across a variety of maps, with the objective of planting or defusing a spike. Each of the playable agents brings unique abilities, from smokes and flashes to full map-wide ultimates, creating deep strategic possibilities in every round. The gunplay is intentionally demanding, requiring players to control recoil patterns and understand buy economy to succeed. Communication and coordination are essential, making it a game that truly rewards teamwork. Riot constantly updates the roster with new agents and releases seasonal battle passes with cosmetic rewards. The competitive ranked mode is highly polished, with a strong matchmaking system designed to provide fair and challenging matches.
For players who enjoy methodical, skill-intensive shooters, Valorant delivers one of the cleanest experiences available on the platform.
At number 6, Destiny 2 is a first-person looter shooter from Bungie that merges cinematic storytelling with a deeply satisfying gameplay loop built around building the perfect weapon and armor loadout. Players choose from 3 Guardian classes, each with multiple subclasses powered by elemental light or darkness abilities, creating diverse builds for PvE and PvP content. The gunplay is widely considered among the best in any shooter, with each weapon type feeling distinct and powerful. Story campaigns and seasonal narratives are delivered at a high production standard, with strong voice acting and world building. Raids and dungeons offer some of the most rewarding cooperative challenges in the genre, demanding communication and mechanical precision from 6-player teams. While some premium expansions require purchase, a substantial portion of the game, including several campaign missions and activities, is free to access. Regular seasonal updates and live events ensure the endgame remains active and engaging for both new and returning players. Number 7 goes to Lost Ark, a massively multiplayer online action RPG from Smilegate that delivers a cinematic Korean RPG experience on Western platforms through Steam. The game features isometric hack-and-slash combat with a wide variety of classes, each with elaborate skill animations and deeply customizable build paths. The main story campaign spans multiple continents with dozens of unique zones to explore, each filled with side quests, hidden collectibles, and field bosses. Endgame content is extensive, including Guardian raids, Abyss dungeons, and the highly demanding Legion raids that require coordinated teams and thorough boss mechanic knowledge. The naval exploration system adds another layer of progression, allowing players to discover new islands and storylines across an open sea. While the game has a generous free-to-play model, cosmetics and some progression boosts are available for purchase. For players who enjoy deep MMORPG systems wrapped in fast and visually spectacular combat, Lost Ark is one of the strongest options on Steam. 8th on the list is Counter-Strike 2, the latest evolution of the legendary tactical shooter franchise from Valve. Built on the Source 2 engine, it brings significant graphical improvements, reworked smoke grenades that dynamically interact with the environment, and improved networking for better hit registration. The core gameplay remains unchanged from its predecessors. 2 teams of 5 compete across multiple rounds, with one side planting bombs and the other defusing them. Map knowledge, economy management, and precise aim are the foundational skills that determine success. The competitive scene for CS2 is one of the largest in esports, with a massive global player base and regular tournament support. The matchmaking system includes Premier Mode with a dedicated rating system alongside the classic competitive queue. As a free-to-play title on Steam with decades of refined design behind it, Counter-Strike 2 stands as one of the most important and enduring shooters ever made, and it remains essential for any PC gamer. Coming in 9th, Dota 2 is Valve's iconic multiplayer online battle arena game that defines the genre through its extraordinary depth and complexity. 2 teams of 5 heroes compete to destroy the opposing team's ancient structure while defending their own. With over 120 playable heroes, each with unique abilities and roles, the strategic possibilities are virtually endless. The learning curve is steep, but the game rewards mastery with an unmatched sense of accomplishment. Dota 2 is completely free, with no gameplay advantages locked behind payment, and all heroes are available from the start. Cosmetic items are sold through the Steam Marketplace and Battle Passes, but nothing impacts actual match performance. The International Tournament offers one of the largest prize pools in esports history, reflecting the passion of the global community. For players serious about competitive team-based strategy and willing to invest time into mastering its systems, Dota 2 offers an almost infinite ceiling of skill and engagement. Number 10 is Enlisted, a squad-based World War II shooter developed by Darkflow Software that puts players in command of historically accurate military units across iconic battles of the Second World War. Unlike typical shooters, players control a squad of AI soldiers in addition to their own character, switching between them seamlessly when their main character falls. This mechanic creates a sense of large-scale warfare that feels authentic and chaotic. Maps are expansive and richly detailed, ranging from the streets of Berlin to the beaches of Normandy. Players progress through separate campaign trees, unlocking new soldiers, weapons, and vehicles, including tanks and aircraft.
The combined arms gameplay, where infantry, armor, and air support interact in real time, sets Enlisted apart from more arcade-style military shooters. The game is fully free-to-play, with premium squads available for purchase, though the base experience is complete and competitive. Regular updates continue to add new campaigns, weapons, and historical content.
11th on the list is War Thunder, a massively multiplayer vehicle combat game from Gaijin Entertainment that lets players battle using authentic aircraft, ground vehicles, and naval vessels spanning from World War I through to modern conflicts. The game offers two main modes, arcade for more casual play, and realistic battles for a demanding simulation experience that rewards historical knowledge and precise vehicle handling. The vehicle roster is enormous, with thousands of accurately modeled tanks, planes, and ships from over a dozen nations. The progression system involves researching new vehicles through a technology tree, encouraging players to understand the strengths and weaknesses of each nation's military history. Ground battles are particularly engaging, with hull-down positioning, angling armor, and targeting crew members all playing into strategy. War Thunder is free to play, with a premium account option that accelerates research, though skilled free players can progress effectively. For enthusiasts of military history and vehicle simulation, this game is a remarkable achievement in depth and authenticity. At number 12, Splitgate 2 brings back the portal-based shooter concept with a fresh sequel that expands on the original's core innovation in every direction. Developed by 1047 Games, it combines arena shooter mechanics with a portal system that allows players to teleport across maps, create unexpected angles, and outmaneuver opponents in ways traditional shooters never allow. The movement and gunplay feel polished and responsive, with a visual upgrade over its predecessor, and new content including expanded modes and factions. The portal mechanic adds a genuine layer of creativity to combat, rewarding players who think spatially and react quickly. Ranked play is included alongside casual modes for those who want a more relaxed experience. The game supports crossplay and launched to strong community reception due to its unique gameplay identity in an otherwise crowded multiplayer shooter market. If you enjoy fast arena shooting with a twist that genuinely changes how you approach every engagement, Splitgate 2 is a standout free title on Steam worth trying immediately. Number 13 is The Finals, a team-based first-person shooter from Embark Studios that takes place in a televised game show setting, where destruction is not just possible, but encouraged as a core mechanic. Built with Unreal Engine 5, the game features a fully destructible environment, where walls, floors, and entire buildings can be collapsed to change the layout of battles in real time. 3 classes are available, light, medium, and heavy, each with very different weapons, gadgets, and movement capabilities. Teams of 3 compete in cash-out modes, where coordination and adaptability to the ever-changing map are essential. The studio applies a machine learning-based destruction system that makes every match feel dynamic and unpredictable. Seasonal content updates bring new maps, weapons, and limited-time modes regularly. The free-to-play model is cosmetic only, making it one of the fairer monetization systems in the genre. With its chaotic, cinematic gameplay and genuine mechanical innovation, The Final stands out as one of the most exciting free shooters available right now. Taking the 14th position, Paladins from Hi-Res Studios is a team-based hero shooter that offers deep card-based customization as its defining mechanic. Players select from a roster of champions across multiple roles, including frontline, support, damage, and flank. Then equip loadout cards before each match to tailor their abilities to specific strategies. The result is a game where the same champion can play very differently depending on how it is built. Maps and modes are varied, ranging from classic siege objectives to onslaught and King of the Hill variants. The card system adds a layer of strategy beyond mechanical skill, requiring players to adapt their builds against different team compositions. Paladins is entirely free to play, with all champions available for in-game currency earned through play. The cosmetic store offers skins and battle passes for those who want to invest. For fans of hero shooters who want a more customizable and strategic experience than what competitors offer, Paladins delivers a genuinely rewarding free-to-play package on Steam. Number 15 is Smite 2, the sequel to Hi-Res Studios' mythology-based MOBA that moves the franchise to Unreal Engine 5 with a fully reworked third-person perspective combat system. Players take control of gods and mythological figures from pantheons across the world, including Greek, Norse, Egyptian, and many others, competing in team-based objective modes. The third-person perspective is what separates Smite from traditional MOBAs, making it feel more like an action game and lowering the barrier for players unfamiliar with the genre. Smite 2 introduces a new item system, reworked maps, and improved visual fidelity, while preserving the franchise's humor and pantheon diversity. New gods are being added regularly, and returning players who invested in the original can access a legacy gem transfer system. The game supports ranked play and a casual queue for all experience levels. With a strong esports presence and an active development team, Smite 2 is positioned as one of the most accessible and entertaining free MOBAs available on Steam today. 16th on the countdown is Dauntless, a cooperative action RPG from Phoenix Labs, where players take on the role of slayers hunting massive creatures called behemoths across a vibrant world of floating islands. The game draws clear inspiration from the Monster Hunter format, but simplifies systems and delivery to make the experience more accessible to a broader audience. Each weapon class, from the chain blades to the Ostian repeaters, offers a completely different combat style, encouraging players to experiment and find their preferred method of engagement. Behemoths are the stars of the game, each with unique movement patterns, attacks, and elemental weaknesses that players must learn and exploit. Crafting gear from harvested behemoth parts is the primary progression loop, constantly pushing players towards stronger hunts. The game is free to play, with seasonal battle passes and cosmetics available for purchase. For anyone who enjoys cooperative monster hunting with accessible mechanics and a colorful art style, Dauntless is an enjoyable and completely free experience on Steam.
At 17, Vigor is a third-person shoot-and-loot survival game set in post-war Norway, developed by Bohemia Interactive, the studio behind Arma. Players are dropped into Outlander encounters, where they must scavenge for resources across detailed Nordic environments while competing against other players who have the same goal. The tension comes from every encounter being high stakes. Leaving successfully means keeping your loot, but dying means losing everything you carried in. Shelters serve as a hub where players craft upgrades, manage storage, and prepare for their next run. Building and maintaining your shelter is a key part of the progression loop, encouraging players to take calculated risks in the field. The game also includes non-lethal modes and limited-time events to vary the experience. Vigor's atmosphere is distinctive, blending quiet exploration with sudden explosive confrontations in a way that feels genuinely tense. The free-to-play model includes a season pass system for cosmetics, while core gameplay remains accessible without spending anything.
Number 18 is Rogue Company, a third-person tactical hero shooter from Hi-Rez Studios and First Watch Games that blends round-based elimination gameplay with a roster of operatives, each bringing unique gadgets and combat styles. Teams compete in objective-based modes, including demolition, extraction, and strikeout, requiring both individual skill and team coordination to succeed. Each rogue has distinct weapons, passive perks, and active abilities that define their role and playstyle, from aggressive flankers to support specialists who heal and revive teammates. The cover system and third-person perspective allow for strategic peeking and positioning that reward map knowledge. Players purchase upgrades within a match using currency earned from eliminations, adding a light economy management layer to each round. Rogue Company is free to play, with a rotating roster giving access to multiple operatives, and a full unlock system using in-game currency for those who play regularly. It offers a satisfying middle ground between casual and competitive for fans of third-person shooters. 19th on the list is Hyperfront, NetEase Games' tactical first-person shooter that brings precise competitive gunplay to the mobile-first market, while also being available through official PC clients. The game features a roster of heroes with active abilities used alongside conventional gunplay in 5 versus 5 bomb defusal matches. Map design is tight and strategic, with clear entry points and defensible positions that reward teams who communicate and coordinate. The shooting mechanics are designed for precision, with clean hitboxes and consistent bullet physics. Visual and audio cues are sharp, making information gathering through sound a relevant skill. Hero abilities are powerful, but not so dominant that they override the importance of raw aim. Regular updates introduce new heroes and rotating limited-time modes. The game has built a dedicated competitive community and features a ranked ladder with clear seasonal resets. For players who want a more accessible tactical shooter experience without sacrificing the competitive integrity of the genre, Hyperfront is worth exploring as a free option. At number 20 is Super People, a battle royale from Wonder People that adds class-based abilities and deep crafting mechanics to the standard last player standing format. Players choose from 12 unique super soldier classes before the match begins, each with passive skills and active abilities that evolve as they level up during the game. The crafting system allows players to combine looted materials into upgraded weapons and gear on the fly, adding a layer of resource management rarely seen in the Battle Royale genre. The map is large and varied, supporting multiple playstyles, from aggressive rushing to patient, long-range engagements. The class progression within a match creates a satisfying arc, where surviving longer directly translates into becoming significantly more powerful. Regular developer updates have refined the balance and addressed community feedback since launch. With its unique blend of Battle Royale chaos, RPG progression, and crafting strategy, Super People carves out a distinctive identity among free-to-play Steam titles and offers an experience that feels meaningfully different from its competitors. Number 21 is Naraka Bladepoint, a melee-focused battle royale from 24 Entertainment that stands completely apart from the genre's firearm-dominated landscape. Set in a mythological East Asian world, players choose from a roster of heroes, each with unique abilities, and engage in intense close-quarters combat using swords, grappling hooks, and other martial weapons. The combat system is built around a deep grappling and parry mechanic that rewards precise timing and reading opponents, rather than raw reaction speed alone. The grappling hook enables fast traversal across the beautifully rendered environments, creating opportunities for ambushes and escapes. Multiple game modes include the standard battle royale, limited time events, and team formats. The game has maintained a healthy player base and regularly introduces new heroes with distinct narratives and fighting styles. Cosmetics are available through the in-game store with a seasonal battle pass option. For anyone burned out on gunplay-heavy battle royales, Naraka Bladepoint offers a genuinely refreshing alternative with a high skill ceiling and outstanding visual presentation. Taking the 22nd spot is CrossfireX, the console-focused entry in the Crossfire franchise, developed in partnership with Remedy Entertainment for its single-player narrative mode, alongside a competitive multiplayer suite. The game brings the long-dominant Asian FPS franchise to Western audiences with reworked graphics and modern shooter mechanics. The multiplayer features classic modes, including Team Deathmatch, Ghost Mode, where one team is nearly invisible, and objective-based play. Crossfire's Ghost Mode in particular offers a unique tension not found in most other tactical shooters, creating asymmetric gameplay that demands different strategies from each side. The single-player content developed by Remedy adds a cinematic story experience to what is otherwise a purely competitive franchise. As a free-to-play offering, it lowers the barrier for players curious about one of the world's most played but least discussed shooters in the Western market. The production quality shows a genuine commitment to modernizing the franchise for a global audience. At 23 is Gundam Evolution, Bandai Namco's team-based hero shooter, where players pilot iconic mobile suits from the long-running Gundam anime franchise in 6 vs 6 objective battles. The game adapts the familiar format of ability-driven team shooters, but applies it to large mechanical suits, each with unique weapons, active skills, and ultimate abilities drawn directly from their respective Gundam series. Objectives include point capture and payload escort modes that require teamwork and coordinated use of each suit's strengths. The roster covers a broad selection of Gundams from across the franchise's history, rewarding longtime fans who recognize their favorites while introducing newer players to the universe. The gunplay is designed for arcade accessibility rather than simulation precision, making it easy to pick up while still rewarding strategic positioning and ability timing. Regular content editions brought new suits and balance patches throughout its active seasons. For Gundam fans and hero shooter enthusiasts alike, this game offers a visually exciting and mechanically enjoyable free-to-play option on Steam. Number 24 is Payday 3 Free Edition, the cooperative heist shooter from Starbreeze Studios, where teams of 4 criminals plan and execute elaborate bank robberies and criminal operations across a variety of mission types. Players can approach each heist loud with overwhelming firepower, or attempt a careful stealth run that avoids triggering alarms and minimizes civilian harm. The skill tree system allows players to specialize their characters as assault specialists, support providers, or stealth experts, encouraging diverse team compositions. Each mission has multiple objectives that must be completed under pressure while managing law enforcement responses that escalate in intensity. The satisfying risk and reward tension of choosing when to break stealth or how to manage an increasingly aggressive police presence is the game's core appeal. Regular updates have addressed launch issues and added new heists with distinct mechanics and environments.
The free access tier provides a meaningful amount of content, making it a strong entry point for players new to the franchise. Cooperative coordination and communication are essential for pulling off the most challenging jobs. Finally, closing out the list at number 25 is Marvel Rivals, NetEase Games' team-based hero shooter, featuring the massive roster of Marvel Comics characters competing in fast-paced 6 versus 6 battles. Players select from heroes and villains spanning the entire Marvel universe, from Spider-Man and Iron Man to Magneto and the Punisher, each with abilities that authentically translate their comic book powers into third-person shooter mechanics. The team-up system is one of its most creative features, where certain character pairings unlock unique combined abilities that reward players who coordinate their hero selections. Maps are set across iconic Marvel locations and feature dynamic, destructible elements that change how spaces can be used during a match. The game launched to enormous player numbers and maintained strong engagement through consistent content updates, bringing new characters and seasonal events. The free-to-play model is cosmetic only, with no gameplay advantages tied to purchases. For comic fans and hero shooter enthusiasts, Marvel Rivals delivers an exciting, polished, and genuinely content-rich experience.